Good afternoon, everybody. We're here in Dallas, Texas today at the GATS Great American Trucking Show. My presentation today with these ladies is going to be talking about the CSA program, which is nothing more than a comprehensive safety accountability. Ladies, you drive for?
U.S. Express. U.S. Express.
So both U.S. Express and in itself has internal safety programs, correct?
Yep, that's
and
correct.
you have been brought up to date on the CSA 2010?
Yes. Yes.
Yes? What is your working knowledge? Is there any questions that you have thus far about CSA and how it can be accountable against you as the driver?
The point system.
The point system.
Yeah, that's a
theoretically, there is no point system assessed to drivers. However, what can happen is because the motor carrier has points assessed against them, that we can tally up your points according to what the CSA program has divvied out to, like, the motor carriers. Let's take a seatbelt example. A driver that has been put into a DOT inspection and that was found not to be wearing a seatbelt. In that DOT inspection, they're issued a violation, not a citation, but a violation, because there's two different things. A citation is when they're issued a ticket,
right? Okay,
and it's in some states can be a civil penalty, or it can be a misdemeanor violation.
Kentucky, it's a misdemeanor.
And then the violation is a DOT inspection that's happened in the state that you're in. They're issued violations they have found according to the Department of Transportation. Seatbelt violation is assessed 3 points. In that 3 points, we have on the motor carrier side, a window of opportunity is called to 3 years, or 2 years. I'm sorry, 2 years for the motor carrier, 3 years on the driver.
Okay.
How this works is that a seatbelt violation is assessed 3 points. With that, it's more countable in the first year that it happens. So what happens in that first year, we're assessed 3 additional points. 6 months after that, we're assessed additional 2 points. And then 6 months after that, then it's only down to 1 point. So we have 3, 2, and 1. So with that seatbelt, so the first year, it's assessed 3 points. So that becomes a 9-point violation on the DOT system, on the CSA.
Okay.
Okay, according to, for the motor carrier and for the driver.
Okay.
Now the difference is that the motor carrier only will stay on there for 2 years.
Okay.
It will stay on the driver's side for 3 years. And say you decide to leave U.S. Express, that DOT inspection will follow you wherever you go, to the next company. Because they can do a background check not only on your MVR, but also on your PSP.
Okay.
Okay, which is a pre-employment screening system. Okay, so then say you stay with a U.S. Express for 18 months. You decide to go on with another motor carrier.
Okay.
They pull your MVR and they also pull your PSP. That seatbelt violation is going to show up.
Okay.
But it's not going to be as critical as it was 18 months previously to that.
When it first happened.
When it first happened. Okay? So, same thing. If you're placed out of service, an out-of-service violation is a 10-pointer. No matter what the out-of-service violation is.
That was me.
It happens to the best of us, okay? But remember, the officers are out there only doing their job, okay? They have their job to do the same as we do. Okay.
Now, does this count against us if we're in our personal vehicles?
Well, that's a different system. Okay. However, they're only doing what their job is. Okay, and their job is to keep public safe. Okay. Our job is to haul the freight, but our job is also to protect the public as well. Okay. We as drivers do not want to be driving up and down the road with an unsafe vehicle.
That is true.
Okay. We don't want to be in that position.
No.
Okay. So, the FMCSA and the Department of Transportation went together and developed this new system, which replaces the safer system.
Okay.
Okay? So, instead of having 3 accountabilities in the safer system, we now have 7. Okay?
Okay.
And they're under the unsafe driving. Okay? Which is you're speeding, you're reckless driving, you're improving improper lane changes, and so on and so forth. Then there's fatigue driving.
Driving tired.
Driving tired, your hours of service. And the FMCSA parts is 392 and 395, which governs the hours of service. Okay? Then we have driver fitness. And this is a huge misconception among drivers.
Okay.
Okay, we're not talking about your physical fitness.
Okay.
What we're talking about is, do you have your medical card on you? Are you a licensed driver?
Yes.
So, but that's where we're calling driver fitness.
Oh, okay. Because
Okay.
that one confused me. I was
Absolutely.
Like, am I punished for being bad?
No. And then the next basic is called controlled substance and alcohol.
Okay.
We all as CDL drivers have to belong to a drug and alcohol consortium
Okay.
in a random pool. Okay, there's 5 criteria that where we can be drugged or alcohol tested. Do you know what those are? Do you know what they are?
Nope.
What happened when you first went to become employed by U.S.
They
Express?
told us we were putting like this big hat and they pulled one out. That's what they told us.
Okay, kinda.
You have a physical before they hire you.
Okay,
Oh,
but you
yeah.
also did a pre-employment drug screen.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Then once the pre-employment, then you put it into a random pool. Okay, and then they can also pull you in for reasonable suspicion. Okay.
Okay.
And then there's also what they call return to duty.
Like if you come from like maternity leave or something. along
Well,
that
see,
line.
and return to duty means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Actually, return to duty is that when you have been involved with a positive drug screen,
Okay.
okay, and you went through your SAP program,
Okay.
you completed your SAP program successfully, then you decide to go back with that motor carrier. The motor carrier must do a return to duty drug screen on you.
Okay.
Then
makes
that stays on your record. But then the follow-ups are tests that has to be done on completion of and a condition of your success program from the SAP.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha. That makes sense now.
And that's why it's very critical. That's why they made that part of the basic. Then there's the vehicle maintenance. And I know that a lot of drivers' attitude is that I'm not a mechanic, I am a driver. You know what? I concur 100%, but the problem is we still have to have the basic knowledge.
Yes.
Okay? We cannot drive these trucks and just drive them up and down the road without having a good idea what makes them tick.
Right.
We don't have to have a knowledge of how to fix them. We just have to be able to determine when something is wrong.
Right.
Like us with our condenser.
Yeah.
Okay? And so with that comes pre-trips and post-trips.
Yes.
Okay? Very critical. It has to be done. It's one of our activities that we have to incorporate in our day-to-day maneuvers.
Yep.
That's right.
Then we have the cargo-related issues.
Okay.
Okay? I know you ladies drive a dry box. Okay? With that, there's still cargo that can be in these trailers that are not secured.
Oh yeah.
Okay? And it's really our job to make sure that the freight in those trailers is secured. Now, there's a lot of drivers who will say, well, what can I do when the load is sealed? Make sure that you document that on your bill of ladings.
That it was sealed before you received. Like when you do.
That it was sealed when you picked it up.
That's right.
Okay? That protects you, it protects your carrier, and it puts the liability back where it needs to be.
Right.
On who? The shipper.
Shipper.
Okay? Now, here again, we have to make sure that we're doing our job.
Right.
Okay? So we have to, if that trailer is not sealed, open up those doors and find out how our load is loaded.
That's true.
If it is unsafe, ladies, what do?
We secure it.
We either secure it,
Or go back
Or
to the shipper.
go back to the shipper and have them rework it, or call your dispatcher and what? Say, I cannot take this load because it's an unsafe load.
Right.
Very good. Then we have the crash indicators. This is the most severe one because they lump us into pickups and everything else. Okay? It's a proven fact that 63% of accidents in the trucking industry are caused by the other the vehicle motor or the small vehicles.
Yes.
Okay, we call them four-wheelers. Okay.
Yeah.
But the point of it is that's 63% of that is declared by them. Okay. But that means we have to drive defensively and offensively.
Yes.
Okay. We have to drive our truck, but we also have to look out for everybody else. That is our job. Okay, we have more than one critical item that we have to take care of.
That's true. It's a lot.
It is a lot to put on a driver's shoulders, but the most thing that we can do to benefit our safety and others is to make sure that we are fit mentally and physically.
Right.
Okay? Do you have any questions this far, Heather, about CSA?
No, I think actually I understand it better than what my company.
Thank you very much. And you?
No, I understand completely now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it. If you have any questions, be sure to contact William in Trucking or Safety Compliance Professionals. Thank you.